Hi everyone, welcome to another Fat Fridays here on my channel. So we're at week 5 now, and while that's great, the last 2 weeks have been pretty hard. If you've never had to break bad eating habits before, it's not fun. It's really difficult. It's a real fight. And that's got something to do with what we're going to talk about today in the Fat Friday video, because I don't have any cooking planned because I'm only cooking for myself and the kids. So pretty much cooking for myself, and I kind of don't really have anything planned to eat. I bought roast for this week for the meal prep, but we didn't realize hubby wasn't going to be here. And I'm not cooking a roast if no one's going to be eating it. So another thing I just wanted to mention to you guys was the fact that I brought a new set of scales. I have white scales with really big fat sensor feet that kind of lifted off the ground, and they've broken. Not broken where I can't use it, but broken off, so it makes it really complicated to use it. So I went and got some new scales. I'm going to show you weights on both of them because there is a difference, which is so unbelievably freaking irritating. But, you know, my white scales, I'm going to take my weight off this week, and then I'm going to also list in my Fat Friday journal the weight of the new scales as well. I'll have like old, new, weight. And then we'll continue from the new scales next week, which is going to suck because it's going to take me longer to get to under 130 than I would hope. However, I have such a supportive husband. He's realized I've got a bit off track this last week. I've been very stressed, very all over the place, very emotional, and just kind of run down. I know, I'm always saying I'm run down. I'm a mum of 2 toddlers. There is nothing but run down that is in how I feel on a spectrum of functioning. I'm a step above zombie. But, you know, I got some good rest the other day, and I'm starting to feel better because I started making better choices again for eating. So that's good. I'm just going to continue with it. Hubby's being really supportive, and he's saying we're going to crack down. No more little treats in the house, so I'm not tempted to binge eat, and just push for what we know we can achieve because we know we can do it. It's some of our favorite foods, and it's so tasty. It's just the convenience of snack food is the problem. The convenience of snack food. But we're going to have a little chat, as I said, about junk food addiction. Junk food addiction is crazy. If you don't know what junk food addiction is, I don't even know if junk food addict is a clinical term. It's just something that I've called myself because it's the best way to describe to people what it is like. For me, when I'm around junk food or I eat it. So let me just explain a little bit. Some people, and there are plenty out there, they can easily eat 1 to 4 pieces of chocolate, and that's fine. I can eat I eat about 2 pieces of chocolate and I'm fine. I know I don't need any more. I can't stop myself. I tell myself, I don't need to eat anymore. Put it away, you won't want it then. But I go back and get it without thinking. Without realizing what I'm doing, I all of a sudden have this block of chocolate in my hand and I've eaten half the block. But it doesn't just end there. It's like I have to eat the full block, otherwise it torments me in my head, which is so messed up. That's how toxic my relationship with food has become. But not just that, I'm a kid who tried so many diets and what not to eat and pretty much starved herself at some point, completely stuffed her metabolism, by the way, and has always struggled to lose weight. And this is kind of the first thing that's working, and I'm so excited for it, but at the same time, I keep reverting back to these addictive foods because I can't stop eating after one of them. And it's like, I need to just cut it out. I can't have these cheats for this stuff because I know it's not good for me. I feel that it's not good for me because it makes my body hurt. It makes me feel sick. It makes me do this. I'm run down and tired because I keep running off sugar. I'm not running off fats. I'm running off sugar. This is what happens to everyday people, and I forgot how I felt 4 weeks ago. So I have to say, this week has been a crazy eye-opener for me. We all make mistakes. It's a journey. It is not straight up and down. No weight loss journey that has ever been successful has only been depletion in weight. You always go up, you always go down, you always stall. It's part of the game. But it's getting around the mental hurdles that are the hardest. And, you know, I love having my journal. This vlog makes a hell of a difference. I can talk things out. I think things through. It makes me think of what I'm going to say, how I actually feel. If I think you guys feel that way and you guys might be able to, you know, empathize with me essentially, but you have experienced it yourself. So it's just, if you're not someone who has to eat a full block of chocolate, then, you know, I'd hope that you are actually feeling very blessed and very lucky, because some people, they can't do it. I don't know how long I've been like this. For a long time, this has always been the way. If I start eating McDonald's, that's all I want to eat. It's always on my mind. It's always what I crave. People go, it doesn't taste good. But to me, I'm like, I love it. Give me a McChicken with Macca's cheese and tomato on it, because that's what I eat. But it's not good because I can't stop. I become really obsessive about it. And it's very, very, very toxic. Classmate who moves out next weekend, which will be good, because where it's even harder when he has the stuff and I can smell it and my brain goes crazy. Or when we have friends come over with chocolate and stuff. Like, I know I can't stop other people eating this way, but hopefully in the next month I can really get a control over my mental processing of what to eat and how to handle these situations, so then I don't have problems with it, so that I do have much more self-control. I'm not saying I've never had any willpower, because I have had times where I've gone through Macca's drive-through for someone else and I'm like, I don't really want anything. I'm not really hungry. I have eaten a fully fat meal before and I just know I'm not hungry, so I won't. But if I'm not eating that fatty meal, it's, oh, but I'm hungry. It smells so good. I know it tastes good. It's hot. It's comfort food. It's easy. It's quick. So it's kind of like, well, I need to break that. I know I can do it. The fatty meals help because it gives me energy to run on. I feel satisfied and not hungry still. Like, this is the weird thing about takeaway and really any junk food. You can eat and think you're full, but you don't feel satisfied. And this is what I mean by a junk food addict. And you keep eating even though you know you're full and your stomach hurts, your teeth hurt, your head hurts. But you keep eating because you're not full and you're eating the same stuff. And it's not changing. There's no satisfaction from what you're actually eating. If you eat bacon and eggs for breakfast, you're full, you don't eat again till 2. That's just kind of how it is. But I've rambled and ranted plenty in this video today for you guys. I don't mean to. It's just something I really needed to get off my chest because I've had such a bad week. And, you know, I've learned a lot from it. I'm trying really hard to change my mental game. The support of my husband is amazing. It helps so much. And I love that he's doing this with me. He doesn't do it as strictly as I do. He's not doing it for the same reasons that I'm doing. Well, besides just general health benefits, because now I know what should be going on with my body. It's more, you know, I want to lose weight. I'm sick of being the fat girl. I'm sick of crying in dressing room stalls. I'm sick of having to spend $70 to $140 on a t-shirt from City Chic to look half decent, because everything else is just a huge square of fabric that is being stretched to fit your potential body, which we all know is crap. None of the sizes fit properly. You look like you'd be better off wearing a paper bag. You really would. So, you know, I want... My kids are being annoying. They're having to play hide and seek. So I do apologize for them in the background, but I'm almost done, guys. I promise. And then you'll see my measurements and my weight for both the new and the old scale. Remember, next week we'll be going off the new scale. It will be higher. It's depressing. Try not to get negative about it. I'm trying. And I'm just going to focus on the number, because the weight I've still lost off the white scale, that does not become void because of the fact that the blue scale is just reading higher. So, you know, the weight loss for this week will read off the white. And what I sit at will also coincide with what I'm sitting at on the new blue scales, and we'll just continue from there down. Hopefully soon we'll smash that 130 though, because I was hoping to do it in a fortnight. I don't think that's going to happen. But, you know, I might get lucky if I knuckle down and really limit these carbs and any sugars and get rid of it and just eat full fat, yummy food and make sure I'm eating, because that's another problem, but that's for another video. We'll talk about appetite and eating and food and things like that. So, look guys, if you have watched, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Comment any questions you have or anything you would like to see me try or talk about. I think I'm going to try and create some try some Pinterest keto, low carb, high fat, snacky / desserty foods to kind of help with kill these cravings for the next couple of weeks while I go through this humongous task of breaking really bad toxic eating habits. So, wish me luck. If you liked the video, give it a like. It really lets me know that, you know, people are enjoying the videos. I really enjoy making them. They've actually helped me so much. And I'm hoping that they help someone else as well. Even if my kids in the background do drive you a little crazy, I'm sorry. So, thanks so much, guys. Repeating myself. But it means a lot if you do watch. And I'm happy if you do share this around. It doesn't bother me. I really want people to kind of think outside the square of what we're taught at schools, because we know it's just bullshit. We know it's not real. We know that, like, the more you look into the breakdown of actual things and not just the basics of what we're actually taught in government education in regards to diet, when you have a look at how the body breaks down these foods, what happens to these foods when they go into the body, you start to understand that's not healthy. How can they? It's so flawed, and there's so many studies out there proving that, and I don't understand why it is still taught. I, for one, will be teaching my children the low-carb, high-fat way of life. I will also be buying the real-time kids book. They've got a red one for like everyday adults, whatever, standard cookbook, but they also have a blue one for little superheroes, which are the kids. Obviously they have better insulin resistance and things like that, so their diets will be slightly different, and they're not doing it to lose weight, they'll be doing it to maintain. So they will have a standard larger. So they will have a standard higher carb rate than I would, as I'm trying to lose a good 70 bloody kilos. And guys, if we watched this back in maybe a year's time and I've lost 30 kilos, I will be proud. If I've managed to lose close to my goal weight, I will be so freaking ecstatic. I will be losing my shit, and I hope that, you know, you join me in the journey. I want to hear of your stories. I want to hear of what inspires you, what you want to know. I'm happy to try and educate you while I'm still educating myself, so do be wary. But I will always leave a link in below for anything super informative, like where you might want to research yourself, or you might want to read articles yourself and really educate yourself. One thing I do say, if you are slightly interested in this, look at the blogs, Pinterest recipes, there are Facebook groups, there is tons of keto YouTubers. Go check them out, find out what this diet has done for them. And you know, the results don't lie, guys. It doesn't. Calories in, calories out, and the current food pyramid that has like a 1% success rate of people who attempt to lose weight using it. Keto, I don't know, but I know it's a hell of a lot more, because I see a hell of a lot more people losing weight. I see diabetics go off medication. I see people with heart disease drastically lower their risk, even though they're eating tons of coconut oil and fat off meat and butter. And doctors and surgeons and all this stuff are shocked by it. And it's like, well, it's not that crazy if you put your body into a fat burning and it's not actually filing fat away for later like it does if you're overproducing insulin due to sugar and carbs. Then you're going to naturally decrease that. And we're going to do a talk about cholesterol, because people don't understand cholesterol and it needs to be understood properly. 132.1. Yeah. So I've got my diary all ready to show you guys for Fat Friday. We'll do a quick run through because this video is already long enough. And yeah, well, you'll see what's happened this week pretty much. So as promised, for the 25th of the 3rd, Fat Friday, I actually started at 132.5. So I lost 400 grams, which I was not, I didn't expect. This is my old scales weight, so this is what I come down to, but this also will now read, beginning from next week, as 135 kilos. So I'm not going to be 132.1, I'm going to be 135, but I'm still going to have lost close to 8 kilos all up. I actually lost no centimeters whatsoever, and this is my only note for myself. Stay away from sugar and carbs, they make you feel like shit. Also going to be back to showing you some foods that I eat next week, and hopefully we can enjoy them together.